All right, hello people. So this is Eagles Multimedia Headmaster here, and today we are doing global dodge and burn. A short tutorial on global dodge and burn. Very quick, very simple. So as you can see, I've already done my frequency separation with the array panel and everything over here already. So her skin has already been smoothened and all that. I'll do another video how I color graded this, so we see how to go about it. All right. So before we go into everything with the global dodge and burning. Dodge and burning basically is bringing out the highlighted parts to be more highlighted and the dark parts to be more darkened. Basically, that is just grammar. So let's dive into it and let's see. There are a lot of complicated ways to do it, but this is how I do my. All right, so on the adjustment panel here, I create a curve adjustment layer. I invert it and then I duplicate it. I invert it with Control I and the duplicate is just Control J. So with the top, we'll name this burn, and with a down layer we'll name this dodge, dodge. Okay, so we set the layer style of the dodge to screen and the burn we set it to multiply. So right from here what we do is we are not really going to see the image very properly as to where we would highlight and where we would dodge. So we create a black and white adjustment layer. We put the blacks, or sorry, the reds back a little bit, the yellows back to a little bit. So let's bring it down a little bit, at least till we see where the image will be highlighted and the image will be darkened. All right, so this is what we have. So now I select back to my dodge layer with the layer style screen. I choose the brush with the very hardness 0%. We come to the flow, and the flow I set mine on 5%. I set mine on 5%. Okay, so now let's zoom in a little bit and then we would just highlight the parts that are really highlighted in the picture. So as we can see here, elbow here is already highlighted, a little bit of this corner, a little bit here, her chest, not too much though, because we don't overly want to make it fake. So we just highlight the parts just a little bit. The parts that need to be deepened, we will do that after we see that it didn't come out properly. So we just highlight the arms also. We highlight. This is basic. There are much more complex ways in doing this, but I try to use this method because it is simpler and easy for everybody to do. So we are done with the arms, the body, and all that. As you can see, there's a slight change in the highlighting. So now let's come to her face. All right, so her face, we have this corner over here. We have here. We'll touch here a little bit, touch here a little bit. We do right here, small, just a little bit here. All right, we touch here. We go over to her cheeks. All right, mind you, how you dodge and burn can change the whole image. It can spoil the image and then it can make the image look very, very good. So we touch here a little bit, and then the forehead, we touch here just a little bit. All right, and then on the nose, we touch the nose too as well. Okay, so yeah, and then let's highlight a little bit above the lip. All right, so we have here, a little bit here. All right, I'll be putting a link of this raw file in the description, then you can download and all that and try your hands on it. All right, so we come to the burn layer with the layer style multiply. The flow, we set it on 1 because we don't want it to be burnt. So now this part, we only touch the parts that are burnt or the part that are darkened. We only touch those places just a little. We don't overly want it too dark. It's gonna really spoil the whole thing for us. All right, so let's touch just a little bit of these parts. And as you can see, I am increasing and decreasing the size of the brush because every part is affected in a different way. All right, so let's touch here. We touch here, we do here, just a little bit. Like I said, we touch only the most important places that are darkened already. All right, so we do this side, we do here. Okay. All right. So let's remove the black and white layer. So now let's take off the black and white layer and see where we've come. All right. So this is where we are now. But then the whole point of dodge and burn, if the image is too bright or a little bit too much exposed, you are not really going to see the effects of the dodge and burn. So usually what I do at this point is I create another curves layer and then I drop it just a little bit. I have this, so let's group it and then we see what we have. So the before, we have the after, the before, the after, the before, the after. All right, so basically this is global dodge and burn, easy, made simple. So we have this. If you think that the image is not too highlighted for you, you can duplicate the dodge layer, Control J, and if it is too much, you just reduce the opacity just a little bit, and then you'd have it exactly how you want it. So this is basically global dodge and burn, all we can see about it. And if you want the curves to the image to be more dark, you just bring it down to a little bit, and then we have this over here. All right, so I'll be doing another video on how to use the array panel to do the magical skin tone and all that, changing the skin tones and all that. So I'll do that in another video and I'll send it very shortly. All right.